What's going on, y'all? New week, new episode. Incorrectly correct. We here, man. Hey, do the little shit. The little shit that we ask y'all to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that. The little small things. Just do it. 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 Okay, so look. Y'all know how we do, man. We just jump right into it. Man, we about to speak on some things, man, that I feel is a necessary conversation. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's a necessary conversation because for one, we are in a soft ass society, man. It's like we living in a world where we have to cater to everybody in what their thing is or their feelings, and it's disgusting. If you ask me, man, it's just I don't like it. All right. I just don't like it. Um, because come on, like that builds character to be able to hear something about yourself, process it, you know what I'm saying, and then recreate and then spring forward with a you know what I'm saying, with a new way of doing things or maybe just adjusting. That builds character, man. But if you want to be this one person your whole life and you want to be sheltered, catered to, and no, man, there's no character there. You're just gonna be a shell, and that's not good. That's not good, man. I remember whenever I started putting on weight as a child, I started getting chubby. You know what I'm saying? Starting to get a little, you know what I'm saying, a little flabby. And man, my sister, shout out to my sister, man. She was good at the clowning, roasting, joning, whatever y'all call it in the regions that y'all live. Man, she used to get me, man. She used to get me, and I had no get back because I was still kind of insecure about my fatness. I was kind of I was in the early stages, so I was kind of insecure about it. And I used to get mad because it's like it ain't like she was lying. You know what I'm saying? With her jokes. And the fact that I knew that, you know what I mean? I had to take that, man. I had to take it in and I had to sit with it like, man, I don't like how she getting me, man. You know what I mean? I don't want y'all to think that this is a story of me, you know what I'm saying, well, you know what, I'm gonna do something about it. I did do something about it, but it wasn't triumphant as y'all may think. It ain't like I sat with it and decided, you know what, I'm gonna do some push-ups and sit-ups. Nah, I continuously got fat. I kept getting fat. But what I did was found a way to be a jokester myself about it and not just joke on me. That came later. But I found a better way to joke on her. You know what I mean? So she actually brought out this funny comedian. I ain't gonna say comedian. Sorry. This comedy type of element about me. You know what I mean? So I was able to go to school, work on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because of course at school people getting on me because it's like, hey man, what's up with this fat shit you on, bruh? So I'm going back and forth with people at school, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better at this. So now I get to take on sis, and I finally got her. I got her with one where she was stuck, and I'm like, oh, like I'm here now. I'm telling y'all this story because being honest with somebody, you know what I'm saying, it helps them every way you can think of. All it does is it helps you. So when people want to tell you the truth, and a lot of people will lie because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So they won't tell you the truth. But when you get told the truth, I'm telling you, man, as long as you accept it, you can make a change. And it's either, you know, I don't know how you would change. Like, I don't know if you would change what they were saying about you and be like, you know what, I don't want that to be the thing. Or you can change by, well, you know what, you're right, and accepting it. And there it is. Like, okay, I've accepted this, so this is what it is now. And the thing is, being brutally honest is powerful, right? But however, if you frame it in the wrong way, it's just like it sounds like an excuse to just be an asshole, right? And just reckless with people's feelings. You know what I mean? Like, don't glorify being harsh. I just just be more patient with how you give your brutal honesty. Right? So that's what this episode is about. Like, brutal honesty. Right? Truth or just disrespect. Now, everybody say that they want honesty until they actually get it. Because that brutal honesty, it don't feel like clarity. Right? If somebody is just brutally honest with you, it don't really feel like clarity. It feel like a punch, like a gut punch. That's not a good feeling. So I'm going to ask the question. Are you telling the truth? Or are you just saying whatever you want and calling it being real? I want y'all to think on that. Let that stew for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And there's some, okay, so look, I'm gonna break down these little fragments, if you will, about brutal honesty, being an asshole. Because in all honesty, you've heard this your whole life. The truth hurts. And I feel the reason people say that is because when you hear the truth, depending on how it's delivered, it hurts. It sounds like somebody is just just going at you completely harsh. And you like, ah, dog, what did I do to deserve that? And that's why they say the truth hurts. And then most of the time, people who are honest, they're just considered assholes. You know what I mean? Not to all, but for the popular consensus, like, oh, that person an asshole because he'll just say some shit. He'll just say something, and it just sounds like the most heartless, harsh shit that they can say. It ain't the truth. The truth is what they told you, but the truth is they're not really assholes. You know what I mean? But I will say, all right, we're gonna get like, what is brutal honesty really? Right? It's not just telling the truth. The brutal? Nah, it's not just telling the truth. It's it's truth without some cushion. You know what I'm saying? Without some little softness, right? It's truth without proper timing. It's it's truth without any consideration to your emotions. Think about that. But there's a twist. There's a twist. Because sometimes sometimes being brutally honest really ain't about the truth, right? It's about an ego. I'm just keeping it real. That can be translated to, I don't care how you feel about what I just said. That's where we get into the, uh, hey man, were you being honest with me, or were you trying to hurt me? You know what I mean? It sound like you downing me, man, with the way you just said that. I mean, it is what it is, man. I said it how I said it, man. You take it how you take it. That's where we gotta find out which one is which. Is that being brutally honest, or is that somebody just wanting to be a dick? Right? Because there's a fine line. And that line is honesty hurt. Right? For this episode. Not period, bottom line, definite. No. But for this episode, there are two types of honesty. There's the constructive honesty. That's the one where you're honest with a purpose, right? You deliver that honesty with some awareness about you. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to build a person and not break them. Thus, what I was saying about what my sister did for me. Now, did she knowingly know she was doing that for me? Probably not. Because we're siblings. You just be mean to your siblings. It's in our nature. You know what I mean? So, like, was she doing that? Like, I'm going to break him. He's going to come over to the other side. This ain't going to break him. I don't think that's what she was trying to do, but she ended up doing it. Now, think about when you want to consciously help somebody out by being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some awareness in how you're going to deliver this. You got purpose with your honesty. You're not trying to break somebody. You're trying to build them with your honesty. But then there's the other one, which where people would say, "Man, this chick is and ruthless." That weaponized honesty, huh? You know that you can do that, right? A lot of people ain't know that you can be brutal and it can be weaponized. You can use truth as a weapon. A lot of people never knew that that was a thing. A lot of people didn't know. A lot of people just walk around with an AK of honesty, man, and they just letting off chopper style. Because now when it's weaponized, is honesty with aggression. Right? They deliver that honesty to release some type of emotion within you. Not good ones either. Know that part. So they're not trying to help you develop. They trying to dominate you. Because be real, when you're honest or when you tell the truth without empathy, then you know that's where you're just being cruel. That's where the cruelty comes in. That's where the asshole comes in. That's when the villain come in, because you're weaponizing your honesty. You're not trying to help build. You know what I mean? You're not trying to tell them the truth with any purpose. I want to be a dick, and I'm gonna say the hard shit, right? Now, let's jump into that. Let's jump into that. Why? Why would someone want to weaponize truth? Why would they want to weaponize their honesty to deliberately hurt somebody? right? That's them people who hide behind their brutal honesty. I put that in quotation. Let's go psychology with psychologically. Let's go there. You know what it is? Like it's a emotional avoidance. Right? It's easier to be blunt than vulnerable. Let me weaponize this truth real quick. You know what I'm saying? We said it earlier. Ego is sometimes why people are brutally honest. Right? They got this thing about them, man. You know what I'm saying? I just walk around and I just be real. I don't give a fuck. I'm real. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, bro. We know. You got some emotional shit going on. You trying to avoid it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Come to peace with yourself, bruh. Or sis. Control and dominance. Right? It's another reason people hide behind their brutal honesty. Quotation marks again. Because harsh truth, it puts you in a position of power. You ever did that? Ladies, we're being brutally honest this episode. Ladies, don't act like that never happened to you. And I ain't saying all of y'all, but don't act like this hasn't happened to y'all. Where y'all with a dude and he will just put you down with his words, man. He will just break you down with his words and then follow that up with, I'm just being honest. You ain't like I'm lying. No, you might not be lying, but God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be more, be more comfortable, be more cushioning with how you deliver that message to your ladies. Fellas who do that or have done that, hands in the air, I raising them. Sorry. I'm apologizing. That, you know what I'm saying? That ain't me no more, so I don't like talking about it. But anyway, yes. Being brutally honest, but you just trying to break her down, man. Because you want to feel like you're in power. That's that ego. Some of y'all just walking around here, man, and y'all are with a dude, and he tells you that he loves you, he tells you he care about you, and he would just put you down, call you all kind of shit, but say, I'm just being honest. Right? And then psychologically, you like, well, I mean, he's just honest. Because you're going to tell your friends or whoever about what the dude is doing. And you're going to lie for him and lie to yourself, just saying, he's just being honest. All right? No, that's just his way. And you deal with it. You walk around dealing with that verbal abuse, if you would. Now, let's not put it all on men doing it to women, because Lord, have mercy. Some of you boys, some of you women out there are ruthless, man. I'm telling you. And it's the same thing. What, am I lying, nigga? Am I lying? No, you're not. You're not lying. But God, can you be a little bit more? You know what I mean? A little bit more softer in how you deliver that, man. Right? And it ain't cool for us as dudes to be okay with this. You can't come telling your friends, man, she just mean to me, man. Then we gonna be like, man, shut your bitch ass. Your friends are being brutally honest with you, man. your friends are being brutally honest with you, but they're not coming from a place of ego or trying to be in a position of power towards you. They really mean that, and that's because they care. You know what I mean? Like, I think I said this before, and all props to you. One of my friends, Rich, I was complaining about something. I don't remember what it was. It was just, and he was just like, man, stop being a basic bitch. he was, he was 1000% true because at that moment I was, man, and I had to be like, oh shit. Oh man, thank you. Woo. Appreciate you, man. I was in a space for a second there. Like, your good friends, man, they're gonna be brutally honest, but there's no malice in that. They're not just being dicks. They really care about you. But they're not gonna be sweet with how they tell you. Okay, so back to the brutally honest people, right? They hide behind being brutally honest. Like, they lack communication skills, right? They don't know how to say things in a nicer tone. They don't know how to say things with tact, right? They're just gonna go off the rails with it because they don't know how to organize and land. You know what I'm saying? A nice landing to the truth towards that person that they're speaking on. You know what I'm saying? So they hide behind their brutal honesty because they really don't know how to communicate with you properly to tell you, you know what I'm saying, their truth about you. They just don't know how to do it, you know? And yeah, that's something that I've seen, I've experienced, been a part of. Somebody don't know how to say it in any other way. So, you know, with that person or that experience, can you really be, upset? Can you? I don't think you can because if you know, you know. You know what I mean? They don't know how to communicate. I get it. When we say that's just their way, that's the exception to when it's not malice. You know what I mean? They don't know how to communicate. They got to work on it. Or probably will never get it. Who knows? Or, boy, that frustration build up. Well, I know we all experienced this. And if you say that you haven't done this, you're not being brutally honest. That's just what I'm gonna say right now. You know what I mean? Because the honesty will come out brutal when it's being suppressed for so long. Lord, that blow up is crazy. And you gotta accept it, man. You just gotta accept it when somebody just blow up on you. You know what I'm saying? They've been holding stuff in for so long. It's just like, you know what? I can't take this no more. Ah! now they on your now they on your ass. You know what I mean? And then all of their truth is coming out. That brutal honesty is coming out. And kudos to that person for trying to hold it in for so long. You know what I mean? I advised against it. Don't hold in your feelings, man. But find some outlets. But if you don't have any outlets, you're just going to keep holding that in. And all of a sudden, kaboom. You know what I mean? And whoever's on the other end of that, man, ooh boy. Ooh boy. Right? So these are reasons that people hide behind being brutally honest, in quotation marks. Because it's emotional avoidance. Easier to be blunt than vulnerable, right? Control and dominance. Harsh truths. It puts you in a position of power. Right? Lack of communication skills. They don't mean no harm. They just don't know how to get the truth to you. So it's just gonna come out raw. Frustration build up. They've been holding it in, and then finally when they get to you, boy, it's an atomic bomb on that one. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. And us as people, man, we gotta do better when it comes to this truth thing. Right? Are we getting somewhere with that? Are y'all understanding what's going on when this truth versus just being disrespectful? Are we making progress? I hope y'all hear me out there. I really do. So how about this one? We got another one. I've broken these down because there are a whole lot of factors to why people are brutally honest. Forgive me. What the hell was that? How about, we spoke about this just not too long ago. How about when brutal honesty can damage relationships? Let me give you one. some examples, right, of this quote unquote brutal honesty when it comes to your partner. Nah, babe, like just you wouldn't understand. You just ain't there mentally. So it's no issue. You just mentally you ain't there. Boy, if that's not a jab or a shank to the side, you know what I'm saying? Or saying, man, you let yourself go instead of expressing any type of concern. Right? Now, what do you think that falls upon it? That's that communication skills that they don't have. Right? You don't know how to express concern about the well-being or the physical or the health of your partner. You don't know what to say. So you go with you letting yourself go. There's truth in that. Yeah. But you're saying that to your loved one. You're saying that to your partner. You know what I'm saying? You say that to your woman. Women, you saying that to your man. You let yourself go. That, and it might not even mean you're being mean. You're just saying it. That's that lack of communication skill. Or calling somebody lazy instead of understanding that burnout. You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple that I've known. I haven't seen them in years. But I used to because it was a comedy show. Every time you see them interact with each other, they just brutally honest with each other. You know, and they would say some of the wildest shit to each other. Man, he'd come home and he'd be pissed that ain't nothing cooked. He will be pissed. Like, he's just lazy motherfucker, just a lazy ass motherfucker, bitch, man, just going in, and then she get to talking shit to him, and this is a whole thing. But that's that lack of understanding, man. This woman is tired. You know what I mean? She's tired, man. He don't know what kind of day she had. It could have been an emotionally draining day. He don't know. He don't care though. He came home to no food. So automatically he calling her lazy. And that ain't fair. There's truth in that. Not that she's lazy, but it's truth in him being upset that there's no food. So he gonna say what he gonna say. As a partner, you gotta understand what your partner been through that day until the next time you seen him. Ask questions. You can deliver it better instead of saying lazy. You come in, you see the food, like, hey, what kind of day you had today? Usually this will be this, and it's not. What's wrong? What's going on? You're being honest. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you're expressing some type of concern. How about we start working on this thing where in a relationship you got the public honesty versus the private respect. You in a relationship right now and you listening to this. Where you at with that? Have you been going through that? Have you went through that? Are you going through it? You know what I'm saying? Where in private at home, y'all got the utmost respect for each other. And when y'all get out into the world, y'all just enemies. Why is that? Why is it not switched? Why not at home? Y'all just brutally honest with each other. It's in the comforts of your own home. The world don't see it. The public don't see it. And leave all that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get out into the public, be respectful with one another. You want to know why? Because that will be faking. Right? Wouldn't it be faking? You be faking that. It's a persona y'all putting on. When the truth is, man, you are pissing me off right now. You know what I mean? And we gonna deal with this when you get home. When you get home, you're bringing that shit into the crib. Right? So that one right there is a fine line again that you guys got to walk on. Ain't no public honesty. Should be private honesty. Huh? Public respect. Y'all handle these situations at home. Deal with them. Throw them away at home. But I know that there's the other side, right? When people are like, well, I ain't trying to bring my public problems into the house. House is where peace is supposed to be. This is where peace is supposed to be. All that bullshit is supposed to stay outside. When I get inside, it's supposed to be just peace. Understandable. But that's faking too. That's not honesty. Right? Because when you come to the crib, it's some shit that y'all gonna have to deal with. But if y'all go around like, well, I'm home, so it's time to be peaceful, well, y'all holding in that shit. And that's that frustration buildup. Next thing you know, is catastrophic in that household. Right? Find the happy medium for that brutal honesty when it comes to public and private. Right? Because in all this, when it comes to the relationships, right? Your delivery determines whether your truth heals or destroys, which is why I say you got to find that happy medium. You know what I'm saying? That's you telling the truth to somebody. That delivery matters, man. Because people don't just remember what you said. They remember how they felt when you said it. Let that sink in. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody will say something to you. You're not going to remember what they said. You're going to remember how you felt when they said it. And then what they said become hazy. Man, I'm just saying. I want y'all to chime in on that one. All right, I want y'all to chime in on that one. And we have another element here. Are you honest or just unfiltered? All of these tie together if you listen and pay attention. All right? To everybody that's listening, let me ask y'all some questions. Do you speak truth or just react emotionally? Y'all, do you consider timing or just urgency? Mm. Mm. Do you aim to help or just release what's on your mind? These are questions that we should be asking ourselves when we have conversations with people and we want to display our quote unquote honesty, our brutal honesty. Because your mama told you this or your grandma, but I'm going to tell it too. Not everything that's true needs to be said. And not everything that's said needs to be said right now. That's what I mean by find that happy medium on how you deliver stuff. Right? I'm gonna say it like this. Let's put a scenario out there. Let's do that. Let's put a scenario out there. Well, I'm gonna take a real scenario with me. I'm gonna put a real scenario out there. I have been working on myself for a while, right? Because I knew of my ways in the past. I knew who I used to be towards people who really cared about me. You know what I'm saying? And I think I've found a way to communicate some brutal honesty. All right? When I speak and I want to be honest with somebody now, it's a slow honesty because I want to be careful with how I say certain things. I think I've gotten a lot better at that. Right? And I get asked questions every day. All of the time. And I remember I used to be big on lying. I used to be big on lying. And my number one reason is I didn't want to just come off harsh. So I would rather give you a lie. Now, let me preface by saying, like, these are tense situations that I'm speaking of. Because if it's just some regular old shit, I'm going to be completely honest and not really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But intense situations, meaning, you can probably break somebody with your words that you care about. That's the context. And I would just lie instead of being honest. Because I'm like, damn, man, the honesty ain't cool. I can't just be honest, man. That's going to hurt this person. and I wasn't helping that person at all, although I thought I was. And I ain't just talking about somebody in particular. I'm talking about period. Like I just would think that, I don't want to hurt that person, so I'm gonna lie to them. But you're hurting them because you're not giving them the truth. I didn't know how to give it. Communication skills was low. I didn't know how to give the brutal honesty in a soft tone. So I just wouldn't give my honesty at all. I used to hold it in and just give out a lot. You know what I mean? And as time went by, man, I really learned like, oh, okay. I practice more empathy and sympathy right now. Okay, now I know how to deliver this truth to you. Now it's gonna be a dance. I just want you to know that. If you come to me and you want my honest truth, there's gonna be a dance. We gonna dance in this little small little circle. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's not gonna just come direct. All right. We're gonna dance for a little bit and then boom, here's my truth. But it is gonna be delivered so beautifully, you're like, oh, okay, I get that. And then now that person can take that truth and use it. You know what I'm saying? They can use it in a helpful way for themselves because they came to me asking for my truth. So with time and with consideration, with empathy, right? A lot of us, man, we can really just always be brutally honest. Find that happy medium, find that dance. You know what I mean? And I ain't asking people to dance around like me, but that's how I gotta do it. So it'll land beautifully. And that is growth. That is growth. All right, how about this one? So you heard me just say that, right? So how do you be honest without being destructive? All right. So before, here's some key components. When the truth is right there in front of you, and you got to speak it, right? Before you speak your truth, you just sit and ask yourself, like, is this truth that I'm about to drop on them, is it necessary or is it just emotional? Right? You check your intent. Am I helping or hurting? Choose the right moment. Right? Because timing is everything. Come, come, come to me later. I'm gonna give you my truth, but come to me later. Or, hey, let me holler at you. This is the perfect time to tell you this. Right? Delivery adjustment. Because tone, it changes everything. And as I said, add some empathy, man. Because that truth just lands better when it feels humane, when it feels like a person is talking to you and not a tyrant. Right? So that's the formula, man. Truth, timing, tone. Now that's respectful honesty, not brutal. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm about to go into a place. A lot of people probably ain't aware. Um, there's a character on this fighting game called Street Fighter. His name is Ryu. Ryu. This dude, his whole life, he worked on having that equal balance of his powers. You know what I mean? So we all know, the Hadoukens and Shoryukens, the hurricane kicks, and all his abilities. But there's something in him that he didn't know how to control. Right? And that's what is it, Sasu no Hado? I may have said that wrong, but if you guys are familiar, um, there's a character named Akuma, which means demon. This dude don't give a fuck. he decided, nah, fam, ain't no equal balance in me, man. I'm going full throttle raw. I don't give a fuck. Like that's his whole shit. Like he don't care. And I ain't gonna lie, to a certain aspect, I respect that. A lot of people will look at him as a villain, but his whole thing is, who's the greatest fighter out here? Bring him to me so I can whoop his ass. Because I just want to show everybody that can't nobody fuck with me. That's his whole thing. Ryu is like, yeah, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I need to unleash that part of me to show that can't nobody fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Although that part of him would jump up in him every once in a while. And it's just like, hey, where the fuck this come from? He ain't know how to handle it. But his whole journey was to sit within himself. He's always meditating. He's always journeying. He's one of them nomad type dudes. You know what I'm saying? One of them hermit type guys. He's just walking around, a vagabond. He just walks around. He everywhere. Everywhere he go, he just walking around trying to find himself and be complete. Now, when I give you that, that's just me saying, I feel like that's how I came to being truthful, but with the responsible purpose, right? To be truthful but respectful, instead of just trying to, like I used to be, like not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And just say what the fuck I wanted to feel. And a lot of that came from me being emotionally undeveloped, lack of communication skills, trying to hold some type of power, ego. You know what I'm saying? But just find a way to land it. And that is I feel is the formula. You know what I'm saying? Your truth with proper timing and proper tone, that's when you get respectful honesty instead of brutal honesty. I want y'all to remember though, in the beginning, and this whole episode is based on being honest, okay? Now there's gonna be a lot of us who still's gonna have to work on being more respectful with our honesty. A lot of us are still gonna have that brutal shit, that harsh shit. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you're working on it, man, like this whole society could be a better place we living in. It just can't. It can. Because a lot of you motherfuckers need to know the truth about yourselves. Y'all are some soft motherfucker. I don't like it. Just the truth is the fucking truth, man. Just take it. You know what I'm saying? And this episode is for whoever is listening. I hope you are. If you're listening, please work on being honest respectfully. Work on it. That way we can find a way to tell this soft ass world we're living in the truth in a proper way with proper timing and proper tone. You know what I mean? I'm going to play all this real quick. A couple of things I want y'all to hear. Check this out.
I am only getting more brutally honest with the way I speak because sugarcoating shit for people is not serving them. The quicker you can be a loving mirror, and I do mean loving, the goal isn't to be an asshole, but the goal is to be clear, to allow for the crack of light, to allow for awareness to open up and go, listen, if this is how you want to show up, let me show you how this is going to play out for you. And in 10 years of doing this, it's easy for me to go, I've seen this a million times. I've seen.
How about that? He said it. Sugarcoating does not help. It doesn't benefit the person. We have to be honest. Now, he chose to be brutal with it. Did he say anything about being respectful with his honesty? Nah. No. But he's on a wave. He found a way for him to be brutally honest. Man, I am fucking up today. And there's no harm there. Kudos to that guy. He found a way. Congratulations, man. He said he's been whatever field he was in for 10 years. So he's helping out, man. I want y'all to listen to this.
And technology does alienate us because of its artificiality and its coldness and its mechanistic nature, all of that. And well, we have to contend with that wisely. And then you ask, well, how do you contend with things wisely? And I would say, well, don't pollute your thoughts with deceit. You compromise your own wisdom. How are you going to make not intelligent decisions, wise decisions? That's why you shouldn't lie. It's like you're warping the mechanism that orients you in the world.
Boy. Now that's a whole nother facet about the truth. That's a whole nother facet about the truth. You're going to pollute your being with deceit. How about that, man? How about that? And he went on to say in the beginning about technology, right? And how it's not what we need because it's artificial, which is the world I'm speaking of. We are being shown and told so many lies that when truth shows up, it's considered villainous. They want the truth to be kicked out. You're not allowed in this room, truth. Let us live artificially. We see it every day. Every day we see it. Whether it's through your devices, whether it's while you're at work, whether it's while you at a store or at the club, whatever you're doing in your life, you're going to see it because it's there. It is very, very present. Where everything is artificial, is not real, and they're pushing out truth. Truth is not allowed no more. Truth is not welcome. What kind of world is that? I want y'all to honestly ask yourself, is that a world you're okay living in? And I'm telling you, man, if you say yes, boy. All right, man, look. We about to get into this segment, man. A lot of people still love this. A lot of people ask about this, man. They really do. I'm not even gonna fret. Stain on my white tee. This week, let me tell you something, man. Stain on my white tee. This kind of thing, it inhabits me in such a way that I gotta laugh it off. You hear me laughing? It inhabits me in such a way, man, that I gotta just go ahead and laugh the shit off because it will really just agitate the holy fuck out of me. I'm gonna start it with a question. All right? Start it with a question. Have you ever been just minding your business? You just doing you. And when you're doing you, in that moment, nobody else matters. When you're doing you, in that moment, nobody else matters. It's just I'm just at the pump. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just in my car and I'm just sitting and I'm in my thoughts. And I don't know why this has to happen. The most random person will show up and disrupt that little moment of yours. I don't know about y'all, but this seems to happen a lot for me, and I don't get it. I don't get what the world is trying to tell me. I don't know what God is trying to say to me. I don't know what the plan is for this to happen. But boy, I'm just in my moment, man. Whatever that moment is, I'm in it. And I don't want to be bothered by nothing. Let my thoughts be that. Let my thoughts be where they at. Read the room. How about that part? Are people just moving without a brain? I gotta get a story, man. I just can't say this shit for y'all to be like, what the fuck is he talking about? I gotta get a story. And look, as innocent as it may have been, or as innocent as it may be for the other party in these situations, I don't care about your innocence in that moment. All right? I don't give two fucks about your innocence in that moment. Man, you just killed this thing for me. I gotta get a story. I'm at the gas station. Yeah. Putting gas in the car. And as the gas is going, I get into this moment with myself, and I'm just looking down at the ground. You know what I'm saying? Pumping gas and shit. And I'm just in my thought. I'm just thinking, what? Ain't y'all business. But I'm just having a thought. And it's zenful because I've blocked out everything. You know what I mean? I ain't even paying attention to where the pump is at as far as like how much I'm putting in because I'm paying attention. All right, gas done went up. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this in the country right now. You know, I live in North Carolina and the gas is at $4.20 something. When the fuck? Shut up. So I'm pumping, and I need to be paying attention to how much I'm putting in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got money like that. But my head is down, and I've gotten to that moment, that zone where everything is blocked out. I don't hear the cars passing on the highway. I don't hear that nagging ass screen that comes on and it's telling you some shit while you pumping your gas. right? I don't hear people, cars pulling in, pulling out, doors closing in. I don't hear nothing, as a matter of fact. I'm so into my thoughts and I'm just there. And in these thoughts, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorting out some shit. And this motherfucker has the audacity to just poke her head into my viewing space. Just, just, hey, hello. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And she saw it on my face. I'm looking like, the fuck is you doing? I'm sorry to bother you. I just want to ask the question because I've been looking for a car for my daughter, and I've been looking at this car particularly, like this one. Of course, not this. Like, she's doing this whole shit, and she's not paying attention. That I'm looking like I want to fucking kick you in your shin right now, lady. Like, what the fuck is your issue? Did you not see me in my zoned out world? Did you not pay attention to that? I don't give a fuck what kind of car you about to get your daughter. I don't even care what questions you got. She finally realized that this dude is zoned out, and I don't know what's about to come out of his mouth. She wrapped it up. I just want it looks nice, and I think I want to give my daughter that. And she walks away. I'm sitting there steaming. The fumes of my anger could have blew up that gas station if it got exposed to the gas. I'm telling you. What the fuck? Like I said, as innocent as it may have been on her end, I don't give a fuck about her innocence. You see a dude pumping gas and he's looking just out into a world that's not there. The dude looked zoned out. That dude was me. You ignored all of that and just because maybe you was trying to get my attention. I didn't hear you because I was in this zone. So instead of saying, all right, he's ignoring me, I'm going to walk away. No, you poke your head in front of me. That means you had to dip down and say hi. People, read the room. Read the motherfucking room, please. That's all I'm saying. Just read the room, okay? Before you approach anybody, pay attention. Just look me like, hey, this person want to talk. Is there an opening for us to have a dialogue? Just find out. Look at it first before you just jump in there. All right, man. Okay. All right. Hey, man. Look, I want you guys to really, really pay attention to this episode, man. Really pay attention to what I'm saying. Right? Really. Because we go too far sometimes with this brutal honesty thing. You know what I'm saying? And for one, it's not right with the context of how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, brutal honesty isn't strength. All right? Control is. All right? Kind of lean into what I was saying about Ryu and Akuma. Right? Anybody can say something harsh, but it takes discipline to say something real in a way that actually reaches somebody. All right? So before you say, I'm just being honest, just ask yourself real quick. Is this truth just be being careless with somebody's feelings? Ask that before you speak your truth. All right? Hey, man, look. I appreciate you guys showing up. Right, as I say, as always, if there's only two of y'all that's listening, I adore y'all. I adore y'all because I love this shit. This is fun. This is really fun, and I really appreciate y'all for being here. You know, I got to get a script, right? That's what somebody told me. The script is like, subscribe, comment, share, all the little things. You know, right? We want this to grow. I really do, though. I kind of want to reach more ears, man, and I would love more feedback. All right, give me y'all brutal honesty of this episode. I'm with it. I got thick skin. Shout out to my sister. You know, that's it. Hey, you already know how we do it, man. We am.